Key number 3 is we have to have some vision for what we do. I know you get ready to get out of here and you're going to get, go to work and things like that. And, I understand how important all that is. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm talking about a vision that goes beyond a paycheck, goes beyond a career, goes beyond putting in a 9 to 5. One of my favorite examples, I've had tons of people teach me about goal setting and things like that. One of my favorites, though, I spoke at Houston Baptist University in Houston, Texas. Great little university down there on 59, about 15 minutes from where I live. And just a neat place. And so I went there early that day. The staff, faculty, students, everybody was coming to the convocation I was going to speak at. And I got there real early, and I walked down front. Dr. Hodo, the president of Houston Baptist University at the time, was there. And he was down front working on a PowerPoint that he was going to deliver that day. And so I kind of walked downstairs, and he looked up, and he looked at me right in the eye, and he goes, "Why are you here?" Well, I'd never met him before. I knew who he was because I'd seen his picture. I said, "Dr. Hodo, my name is Jim Jacobus. I'm speaking today." He goes, "Jim, I know who you are. I've seen your picture. Why are you here?" Folks, that is a speaker's worst nightmare, by the way. You're at the wrong place at the wrong time for a speaking engagement. I said, "Dr. Hodo, I thought I was speaking today." He goes, "Oh, you're speaking today?" He said, "Let me ask that question a different way." He said, "What's your excuse for standing in my auditorium sucking up air right now?" I remember thinking, I didn't know there was going to be a test. I found out later on, he does this all the time. He thinks it's funny, all right? So you kind of let me, you know people like that, don't you, right? You've gone through classes with people like that. He kind of let me twist in the wind a little bit, and he goes, "Jim, I apologize. That's a bad habit I have. Let me just ask you in a little more straightforward fashion." He said, "What are you and I going to do today to make a difference in the lives of these students and this staff and this faculty that's coming here? I want to know today we're going to make a difference. Why are you here?" Well, I want to tell you what, that is one of the most crystallizing questions you and I will ever ask ourselves. Why am I here? What am I here for? What am I here to do? I believe every one of us was sent to this planet to do something special. We figure out what that is, and we get dead in the middle of that calling that I believe every one of us has. Life gets to be a lot of fun. We get right in the middle of what we were gifted for and called to and trained to do and talented to do, and we begin to make a difference in the lives of people around us. It doesn't get any better than that. I believe every one of us goes to bed at night with this unanswered question in our mind. Every one of us wants to know the answer to this question. Do I matter? Do I make a difference? Does anybody even care if I'm here? Well, folks, if we're about the business of making a difference in the lives of other people, yes, we do matter. And I can't help but watch what's going on down in Haiti right now and see all of this absolute destruction and turmoil down there. And there are men and women down there right now with volunteer organizations living out a lifetime of making a difference in the lives of other people. See, yesterday they pulled 2 people out from underneath the rubble alive after 10 days buried. I was watching the interview yesterday and talked to one of those guys that was on one of those search and rescue groups and everything. They said, "How long will you keep doing this?" He said, "Until they tell us to stop." Geraldo Rivera says, "Don't you lose hope?" He goes, "Never." He said, "How do you keep hope alive?" He said, "If I can save one more person would make my entire life worthwhile." There's nothing wrong with making a paycheck. There's nothing wrong with a career. There's nothing wrong with the toys, right? But if we get all of that and we never make a difference in the lives of another human being, that is wasted. It's chump change compared to making a difference. And wherever you go, whatever you do, you've got to get in the middle of something that calls us to being able to do something that makes a difference. If we can't find it at work, find it outside of work. Volunteer. Be a part of something. Get a part of a community group or something like that. We've got to know that our life matters. So, we have to have some vision for what we're doing.